Thanks, Jason. Just a quick comment, a few comments on the defense here. First of all, our defensive staff will be together here for a couple years, with the exception of one of our staff members, Coach Dunlap, who you'll meet later. But one thing I enjoy working with these guys, but it's a little bit deeper than that. It's because we like playing pressure defensive football, and I think when we meet and get together, it's about how are we going to attack the quarterback. Attack the source is what we talk about, and that's what we want to be here. And it's not just what we do, it's what we believe in, and I think that's important. And as you talk to our guys, I think all of us are in agreement that we need guys in our defense that can run and move, because that's the way we like to play and like to coach. When we look at our team overall, we just know we got to play great defense if you want to be a championship football team. That's just the way it is. I think if you look at all levels of football, teams that play great defense give their team an opportunity to win championships. If you don't, it's really a struggle, because then you got to get in these track meets and outscore people. So we take that responsibility and take that seriously. One thing that is going to be a focus this fall for us is we need to execute our defense at a higher level. We just plain old need to do that. We challenge our guys in the spring, and in order for us to create scoring opportunities for our team, which one way you do it is score on defense, and the other way is create turnovers to get yourself some field position, you got to execute at a high level. We feel that is the utmost important thing this fall when we get into camp, learning our stuff and doing that. Field position, that creates scoring opportunities for your team. You create field position by not allowing big plays by the other team. If they got to drive the ball or try to get first downs and all that, you eliminate those big plays, which we did. We need to do better at that. Then we give ourselves a chance to get good field position. Last thing I think that would be a focus that we felt we need to get better at is when maybe something unfortunate happens to your team. I know offensively we say we don't want any turnovers. I'm willing to bet you we're going to turn the ball over sometime this year, and we're probably going to do it in our own end. We don't want that, but we've got to relish that as a defense, that this is an opportunity for us to get the momentum back. It is huge to force teams to kick a field goal in that situation, and we need to do better at that. So those three things: we got to force turnovers, we got to eliminate big plays, and when we get our back against the wall, we got to force field goals from the other team. Depth-wise, overall on defense, it's no secret we want to play a lot of guys, so it's very important, and you'll hear it from the coaches. Our twos are very important to us. Our threes are very important to us, because we got to play a lot of guys the way we want to play. If you're going to choose to be a little bit undersized and a runaround team, you want to keep coming at offenses with that type and with fresh people to get on them and overwhelm them. And that's how we choose to play, so we got to have depth if we want to do that. At the safety position, I coach the safeties. I'll just mention who our top four are coming into camp. Mike McElroy will be back with us. He practiced every day last spring, and haven't seen him run this fall yet, but we feel he's 100%. He was a little bit hobbled in the spring yet. That was quite an injury he had to recover from, and he's running much better from the reports we get. So we look for him to have a big year for us. Obviously brings a lot of leadership to us. He's up there in school interception leads, and we're happy to have him back. Behind him is Luke Thuston, who got a lot of playing time last year as a redshirt freshman, and we look for him to have a good year and really contribute to our team. He did a lot for us on special teams last year, and Luke's challenge is this: he's got to know our defense as well as Mike. That's his challenge, because we got to be ready for him to be in there and play. At the other safety position, Boo Rogers is in the number one spot right now. Played him as a true freshman last year. He can't be a freshman anymore. It's that simple. He's got to grow up here in a hurry. He had a good spring. I thought he made progress but we need him to really have a good fall camp. And for Boo, the live situations are really good for him, but he's just got to step up and be like a veteran player. He played a lot of plays last year, and that's our expectation for him. Rashad Graham would be at our backup at that position. Unfortunate for Rashad, he dealt with an injury last year, and he has not played a lot of football here, knows our stuff. I'm excited for him to get out there and show what he can do, but he's a key guy for us because he's got to be ready to go. We don't like to play all our guys every snap on defense. I just don't think we can do that and keep guys healthy throughout the year, and I don't think we can keep them fresh in a game with the way we play by just playing the same guy the whole time. So those guys are really important. Any questions? Yes?
Since you guys play an aggressive style D, last year with all the injuries, especially to the defense, I mean, how much did that limit you in what you would normally be doing, just given that there were so many true freshmen playing and that sort of thing?
I don't think we really changed our calls a whole lot. We didn't execute as high a level as we thought, and there's some things we can do as coaches to help our guys too. We constantly try to simplify the teaching and the learning for our guys. We talk about not forcing enough turnovers. You force turnovers by getting to the quarterback, containing the quarterback, forcing him to throw when he doesn't want to throw, and also by being able to tackle people aggressively and jar the ball loose. If you are not confident in your assignment or know what you're doing, you don't play explosively. And that's what we got to get to. Everybody's got to play explosively, and that's how you jar the ball loose and from the quarterback. If you're tentative, it's hard to force turnovers when you're tentative.
Coach, you pride yourself on forcing turnovers. Coach, do you feel like you're better equipped to do that this year, talent-wise, scheme-wise, anyway this year?
Well, we hope to be. We got explosive players, I think. We got to get to the quarterback. And, it starts on first down, though. You got to stop the run. You got to get yourself into favorable down and distance situations. I know you talk to our offensive guys, they love 3rd and 3 compared to 3rd and 7. And, so it all starts on first down and stopping the run. If we don't stop the run, we're in for a long day. And we got to get to be able to do that, play physical, stop teams' running game, and then you get into favorable situations where you can create more. I really believe you can create more turnovers if people have to throw the football.
Talk a little bit about the cornerback position. As everyone knows, Corey Lindsey's gone, and he won't be back this fall camp. So we'll have a group by committee a little bit of how we're going to play the corner position, and like at every other position on defense, we'll look to be to have about 4 guys to play 2 positions mostly. And another thing with defensive back play is a lot of those guys play special teams as well. So you have to have 4 or more guys that are ready to play at any given moment because guys need breathers. As we learned last year, guys get banged up, so we got to have some guys ready to go. A couple of names, Nick King, he'll be back. He's a guy that's been in the program a while, has paid his dues, has come back from some injuries, and he's back feeling good now from his injury from last year, so look forward to some things out of him. Terrell Wilson played as a true freshman last year, so look for him to progress and continue to get better. James McFadden is another guy who played in 2009, a lot of games as a young player. Unfortunately, his season was cut short by a knee injury last fall, but he's back and ready to go, so looking to see what he can do as well. And then we have a youngster, Courtney Richmond, who showed some promise during spring ball, and hope that he can continue to improve as well. And then we have some other guys that are right there ready to compete. So we'll go into fall camp not putting anybody in the 1 or 2 spot. We're just going to develop some depth. And then by the end of camp, we'll have our 2 starters. But just because you start the game doesn't mean that you're any more important than the guys who will come in and give you a breather. So we'll need all those guys, and we'll approach it by committee.